Hello, everyone, and welcome back to part two of Create Expectations. If you have not watched part one, it is on Zareth's channel, and the link is below, and you can click it and go watch and like and subscribe and leave a comment and tell us which legendary character you would delete from the game that we go over
Yeah,
because that was hard.
it was heart wrenching.
Yeah. And then come back for some viewer questions
Yeah,
and roster to roast and all of the things in game,
all of them.
all of them. So, that being said, do we want to just hop into viewer questions? Because there are a few. I'm gonna save some for next week because there are quite a lot.
Yeah, that's fine. We can hop on in there.
Like the Easter Bunny.
I kind of thought about that. Like the Easter
Uh,
Bunny doesn't do. Sads.
Man. Okay. So the first one is from Lightning G, and they are asking, since the cadence of
Sweet name.
GLs has been mostly from the original trilogy, how would you feel about the next GL being Yoda, Han, Darth Vader, or to make a droid tagged GL as R2 or C3PO?
Wait, this they've been from the main trilogy, or from you say from the original trilogy?
They've been from prequels and sequels, right? Maybe he meant mostly like not like excluding the OG trilogy.
Yeah, I was like, I don't like we got Leia, but other than
Right,
that, I guess Jabba,
right.
and then the rest of them, though, are all sequels or prequels.
They're kind of all over the place.
Yeah.
So do we want more OG trilogy GLs?
I, I think that's wise.
Who would you take from the trilogy?
I don't know how they do it. I think Darth Vader should have his own. I mean, I know that we have Lord Vader,
Right.
but he's not as iconic as Darth Vader.
He's not. I totally agree with you about that.
I would want him, honestly, like, because we already have Luke as a galactic legend.
Hmm.
And then we also have a really good legendary version of him in
Hmm.
Jedi Luke. And then even CLS is pretty good. Farm Boy Luke sucks, but he sucks in the movies, so we're good.
That's also true.
We, let's get a GL Han. Let's get a sixth version of
Oh my
Han.
gosh. And just have all the Hans on your team.
Honestly, I would be fine with having another Han. Like we haven't we used to people made a lot of jokes about they keep adding Han Solos, and that was true
Mhm.
like 5 years ago or whenever. But that we haven't had a new Han Solo character for a really long time actually.
We haven't. Um,
Who
you
was the
could
most recent? Like young Han or
uh was it Young Han or Vet Han? I guess Vet Han came out before. Shoot, I can't remember now. I think it is Young Han.
I kind of think it's young Han. But
Yeah.
yeah, it's a long time ago.
Um, I'm blanking. For Yoda, I feel like you have Grandmaster Yoda and you have Hermit Yoda. I don't know where else to go.
So one of the things that we were talking about on Gambit last
Hmm.
night was maybe they'll go into the High Republic era,
Hmm. Okay.
which is that there's currently like a book series of it, but there's also going to be a new show, like The Acolyte is what it's
Yeah.
called, and it's going to be set in that time frame as well. And it's like the pinnacle of the Jedi, the golden age of the Jedi, like a hundred or 200 years before the Phantom Menace, and
Hmm.
so Yoda was still Grand Master of the Jedi at that point. Yeah, like
Okay.
maybe they could do like he could be a galactic legend, like Grand Master, High Republic Yoda or
Right.
something.
Right. Maybe. That would be interesting. I
I
wouldn't
guess.
I wouldn't be upset to have another Yoda. Um, it would
No.
be, I think for me, it would be one of those things I'm like, enough. I feel like the Jedi squads are getting spread out pretty thin right now. Um, that having another GL Jedi would be kind of annoying, to be honest.
Well, yeah, I would think that they would release. They do like the last few releases of just they give us the squad too, like with Jabba, for
Right.
instance. Jabba, we got the whole squad. I mean, I guess we had to add a couple of our own, but yeah, I would be like if it's a High Republic era, they probably want to release some of the more iconic characters from that
True.
series or something. I don't know. Maybe that'll be the year after because I don't know when Acolyte's going to release, but you'd think that they'd want to take characters from the show rather than just the books and just imagine how they look or something.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a good point. And I think it got delayed because of the writer's strike or whatever was going on there. I
Yeah,
think.
everything got delayed.
So, yeah. I wouldn't mind taking more from the original trilogy either. I don't think that's a bad idea.
I guess. Yeah, I don't really.
But
I
I
don't.
just don't know what you would take from it that you haven't already.
Yeah, like I don't. How would you do Darth Vader, for
Right,
instance?
exactly.
I just don't even know because we already have Darth Vader.
Right. And you have Lord Vader, and then so what do you do with Darth Vader that makes him different?
Right. You could like blur their names. Their first, like Lord Vader or something.
But I also feel like
Lorth.
um when Rogue One came out and you have that Darth Vader scene, and then they reworked uh Darth Vader in game to give him Merciless Massacre.
Yeah.
That's kind of like how I would envision a GL of Darth Vader. Like, just absolutely wrecking. So I don't know where else you could go from there. So
Merciless Massacre really captures that scene really well,
it does.
actually.
hmm It really, really does. Um, so yeah. And I don't think I would do a GL droid.
No? Like what
No.
droid?
I mean, maybe BB9.
That's not original trilogy.
He could be if he believes hard enough. Um,
Happy beeps, buddy.
no, I don't know because R2 right now in game, I mean, R2 doesn't change that much through the movies in general to be like to differentiate between them. And then C3PO gets a red arm
Right.
later.
Yeah, let's get Red Arm C3PO for our next GL. Gosh.
Like that's basically it.
Oh, did you know? Here's some worthless trivia. You know how in
Oh.
every Star Wars movie they say, "I have a bad feeling about this."
hmm
Do you know the BB-8 got one of those?
Oh, I didn't know that.
It's at the very start of Episode 8,
Okay.
and when Poe Dameron is like taunting Hux, and
Yeah,
like
that's
they're
great.
like, and when they're gonna go and attack him,
hmm
when like BB-8 like beeps something at him,
hmm
and Poe Dameron says, "Happy beeps, buddy."
Yeah,
He's responding to BB-8 saying,
I got a
"I have
bad
a
feel.
bad feeling about this." Yeah,
That's amazing. I did not know that.
I thought maybe you would appreciate that because it's BB-8.
I
So
do appreciate that. Thank you.
yeah, you're welcome.
Um, would you do a droid tag GL?
I just no that they don't make droids that compelling in this universe. Honestly,
No.
droids are like one of the most difficult things if you really look hard at it. Like they're so characterful that
hmm
they're basically are sentient beings, but they're slaves.
I was
It's
gonna
fairly dark.
I was gonna say I'm totally blanking on the droid's name, but the droid in Andor. Um,
K2SO or no?
no,
Oh yeah,
no, you know
the
which one I'm
sad
talking
one.
about.
Yeah,
Yeah,
the old one.
that was a really well done droid.
Yeah, I liked that droid a lot.
Make that droid a GL.
Don't. We don't even know its freaking name.
GL and or droid.
Yeah.
I can't remember his name. I should rewatch that. Okay. Any other thoughts before I do the next question?
On Galactic Legend droids, gosh, no, thank you.
No. Okay. Ah,
Let's get like the rocket droid. Let's just have a generic Galactic Legend
oh gosh.
where it's like, oh yeah, those rocket droid things were pretty good.
GL
Let's have
rocket droid.
GL tactical droid. There.
Oh man. Okay, so Jack 6201. What do we think of the power creep in game? And what do we also think about older characters not getting omicrons for a while now? Because for a while they were like refreshing older characters and giving them an omicron.
The power creep in game.
Yeah. Um, I think that depends on where you are as a player in the game.
I just I Yeah, there are some more, some squads that are a little bit better
Mhm.
lately. That's been the case, but a lot of teams have been holding their own for a really long time. Like if CLS finally goes down, it's still gonna be like that squad's been around for how long? Like 3 or 4 or 5 years. Like it's been
Yeah, a
around for a
long time.
long time, and it's maintained its relevance for a long time. Like it's still pretty good. Still a lot of people who are like, no, I can't afford to split that squad up. It does too much for me.
Right. Um, and I feel like when you're towards the end game, and you're like you unlock the new thing almost right away, if not right away, or like on the second pass kind of thing. Like you're pretty much always working on the newest thing. I feel like you don't notice the power creep as heavily as when you are in a position where you feel like you have to get two or three more GLs still, and you still have a conquest character you haven't finished, and whatever the case may be of what you're chasing. Um, I think that factors into how heavy you can feel the power creep be.
I guess I don't know if I'm willing to really acknowledge much of a power creep, frankly.
I I personally haven't noticed it, but that could be because of where I'm sitting.
Yeah, I mean, I play 3 different accounts at different levels. I guess I just
True.
yeah, every once in a while there'll be a new squad that's like, yeah, this is really tough to beat, but like the old squads still do pretty good. Just still do pretty well. Like that, I feel like power creep should be like used to describe when squads or units are completely made obsolete.
Right.
And, I mean, this game needs some degree of power creep. I'm not saying it doesn't happen at all. I
Hmm.
guess I'm just saying it happens so slowly that calling it power creep in that way is almost a disservice to the way CG has maintained the squads and stuff. Like I'm not a CG apologist. That I feel like maybe I get that title sometimes from people who get
Hmm.
mad about my take on specific things that CG does that I feel like they aren't doing poorly. And I feel like this is one of those things where I just think they do a great job of maintaining their squads. Like the CLS squad being relevant for this long, I mean, standing ovation to me. That's amazing.
Well, and so this is actually a good point because there's a lot of older squads that are still good in specific scenarios. Like Night Sisters are still a very good squad. I still use my General Grievous squad
Yeah.
regularly. Like there's a lot of older squads that have been managed
Hmm.
that have managed to stay relevant. Um,
Troopers, another
Troopers
one.
is another good one, that you can just keep using them.
Hmm.
So there's that.
Yeah. So calling it power creep, yes, I'll acknowledge, I guess that a type of power creep it keeps coming, but CG has done a great job of releasing new characters that will keep the older teams afloat, kind of. So
I also think that we know when to expect the power creep, like throughout the year.
What do you mean?
Well, we typically know when new characters are being released, like new strong characters. You know when you're getting like, every three months you're gonna have your conquest character come in. You know that June and December are typically the like legendary style, hero's journey style releases. The summer there's gonna be a ship most likely. We know roughly like the outline of how they do things and when to expect things to shift.
Sure, yeah. Yeah, I could see what you're saying, yeah. Um yeah, really, like they release a new GL, a new capital ship,
Hmm.
and then two legendaries every year. They've been doing that for a couple years now.
Yeah. So you can kind of get a feel of when things are going to shift and what to go after.
Sure, and the conquest characters are good, but they're not. They usually don't just shift everything. They don't put every.
No, no.
I like
Um,
Malicos though. He's really fun.
what do you think about? I actually was thinking about this a few days ago about older characters not getting omicrons for a while because I thought omicrons were a good way to kind of uh I don't want to say like retouch a character or like rework them, but kind of make them relevant again. And they haven't done that.
Yeah, I think that they were for a while. They were just doing that so that there'd be a robust selection
Hmm.
for the collectors to get, so that people would keep spending money on their $200 packs like they have in the web store right now. Well, I don't know if it
Yeah.
still exists, but like they have a $200 pack that
It's
you can buy
obscene.
three full omicrons and
It,
a few other things.
it's obscene.
I was tempted.
Crazy.
It
Absolutely
is
crazy.
crazy, but they need a lot of them. Like
Hmm.
I just saw someone screenshot. They were saying, "Hey, look, I have every single omicron in the game except for sorties."
That is how many, sorry, I don't even know. How many Omicrons is that? Do we know? Like
I don't
that's
think I don't think anyone's been able to count the actual number. I don't think that's knowable. I don't I don't know. I
uh
don't know, 100 something, I
that
think.
that's insane.
Well,
That
it's funny. Like they will. This is a person who is very competitive, and they won't put it on sortie, but they will put it on all of the Inquisition.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, I didn't even put that together.
Yeah,
Yikes.
yeah. Like all the rest of them are kind of like novelty ones at worst. Like, oh, well that's funny. Will you actually ever use Krennic there? That's cool, I guess. Um, but I can't say. I mean, it's just those Inquisition ones are just totally worthless because they're all leadership ones.
Oh man. Yeah,
But
those ones hurt.
yeah,
Okay, one
I
more question.
I wish they would add more to the older characters. To be honest, I liked having more options now. I feel like I have all of them that I need.
I,
Instead,
I yeah,
instead they're just releasing a ton of characters. They require three each. Yay!
right. I'm like just throw in one every once in a while.
Yeah, a new one.
Right. Okay, last question, and then we can go into the game.
Whoa,
So, Spirit, your patron,
nice.
they are unlocking Ben Solo after this conquest. So when this, you know, airs, premieres, is live, whatever you want
Okay.
to call it. Uh, with the upcoming edition of Darth Bane, who will give C healing immunity. Do you think Ben's special Omicron would still be worth it? And like they have Ray, so they would put Ben with Ray. Um,
That's a great question.
that is a great question. What is your, so I'll be totally transparent. I don't have this Omicron on him.
Oh yeah, you're doing really well in GAC, even though don't have it.
Don't worry about
I'm not, honestly.
it. But my
um,
point is I don't have it, so I don't know what difference it would make, if any. Um,
Well, so if you're on offense, it's so crazy good because 4 turns in a row of an undispellable healing immunity,
mhm.
and then you have Jedi Training Ray on top of that doing two turns of it.
So actually, so that's a really good point because yes, Darth Bane is going to give C healing immunity, but that's only a factor if you're going against C. And if you're using Rey and Ben on offense, then you're not going to go against C.
Probably not too much.
So that's a factor.
Yeah, totally is. No, I like it. Like in the mirror match, it's kind of nice to be able to do that to
Mm,
the Ray, because then she'll cut herself into yellow, doing lifeblood, and
right.
then she can't get back into the green again. It's wonderful. So she can't do her whirlwinds and stuff. Um,
That's good. That's a good point. I like that.
it, all of the omicrons are looking better and better as things go. Honestly, like
Mhm.
the ignores protection one is so ludicrous. He hits so crazy hard. There was a match a while ago. I was using her on offense, and he just like one shot like 3 different characters for me.
That's ridiculous because he was ignoring protection. Hmm.
Well, and combined with his crazy hard hits, he,
Hmm.
his damage modifiers are way higher than we initially realized. And like my initial modding video was like, this is how you mod Ben. It was so far off. I was like, just make him healthy. He's not doing any damage.
Right.
You just want him to survive a lot and be
Hmm.
annoying and survive. Which I mean, that's not a terrible take on like first take on a character that was just released, but it missed the mark pretty thoroughly
Right.
because he just like his damage is so obscene. I'm like, man, give the man relic 8 or 9. He is insane.
Mhm.
Like there are times that he just if you can't stun him with someone, like if you're attacking him on offense, like so sometimes he'll just win you the match just right there. If someone can't control what Ben is doing,
Hmm.
he'll just win the match. His crazy hits combined with that healing immunity. No, it does lessen his stock a little bit, I'll admit, for sure, because Ray will start being hunted by Sith Eternal
Right.
more.
But then again, like just don't put her on defense.
You really need. She's been such a good bastion of good defensive teams.
She
But yeah,
has. It is. It kind of sucks to say don't put her on defense, but
it does. I'm
it does
wondering.
sound like you would still give him that Omicron though, even though C's gonna have healing immunity.
I think so. We need someone. We need another Ray lifter to give her damage immunity. That'll be good. Immune to damage immunity.
Oh man.
That'll be
Uh,
good. People will be like, how many immunities was that? Trying to count.
and then they'll time out because they spent too long counting.
I know you don't like math.
Oh man. Okay. That's it for now.
Okay, so should we pause for a second and then we'll go to game?
Yep, that sounds good. Okay, we're back and we're ready to do a pack review,
We're so ready for it.
right? Theoretically.
Yeah, what pack are we reviewing tonight?
Yeah, I didn't even tell you. So
you're,
you're just along for the ride.
you're just
Um,
being sneaky.
I wanted to do this Luke's Journey pack thing, this 27.99 Canadian, which I believe is 19.99 American.
Okay,
There's 4 days left on it.
so it's $20.
Yeah, $20. So you get all 5 characters. It's worded weird because it says each bundle contains 5 shards, and I'm pretty sure it should say each bundle contains 5 cards. And then card 1 is Wampa. So you're gonna get each character, and then it's just a matter of how many shards of each one you get. And it can be it sounds like it is. It says each card probability and shard count is determined independently.
Yeah,
So
this is not being communicated well.
it
It's
is
not.
not.
You can't read it and just understand what you're gonna get.
No. So, but like you could get, there's a 40% chance that you get 10 shards on each of them, but you could get 10 of Wampa and 30 of Hermit Yoda, for example. Like they're all, it's not necessarily going to be the same.
Don't you feel like you would just feel so desolate if you used up all of your luck on the 3% chance for 30 shards?
Ugh. I just,
But that just feel bad. You're like, oh, yay.
I
I,
just
I
feel
got
like
super lucky.
this pack just sucks though.
All right, so let's look at it from a different angle though. So these characters are tough to farm.
Three of them
Wampa, Hoda,
and
and
Rollo.
Rolo.
Yeah.
They all cost either a lot of G, is it GT 1 and 2, or
Mm-hmm.
they cost a lot of raid currency.
Right.
Yeah, I mean it's not wonderful for a brand new player who wants to spend money. This could be okay, I guess.
Like mildly.
I guess that you better do it early on because honestly, Captain Han is also like on a 16 node on Cantina. Like he's not fun to farm.
No, but he is farmable. Um, it just seems like, I mean, you can buy this twice, so
You're gonna get so far ahead if you do that.
I just feel like I wish the shard count was higher.
I agree. This isn't great. Like if you're looking for best bang for your buck, this isn't wonderful.
Right.
I think that for brand new whales, it's okay.
It's meh. I think the biggest value, like you said, is that Wampa, Hermit Yoda, and Rolo are tough to farm.
Well, they are, especially if you're early game and you need those currencies for
Mm-hmm.
gear really badly.
Right. Which is fair. I
And
still
they're
don't know if
all,
I would buy this though.
well, yeah, you're not a whale.
Fair. That's
No,
true.
this is a whale pack. That's it. There's no bang for your buck here.
Right.
There's just all right. It's convenience. Let's get these instead of
Right.
like let's just hurry up and get these shards.
Right.
That's what it is. Start to finish. Convenience. Move along.
That's a good way to look at it. It's a convenience pack.
Yeah.
Okay. I like that category.
That and two of them are characters you're gonna use all the way into the end game. Like Wampa, I still use, even though I use
Me
him
too.
more to clean things up, but I still use him. And then Hoda is on. At some point, you use Hoda on a like. He's on all the different Jedi splits on some level. You're like, oh yeah, I'll
Yep.
throw Hoda in there. That's awesome. I'm glad I had an extra spot for him.
He's also really good. People forget this, and I pointed this out last week on H&N. We were talking about conquest and getting characters to attack out of turn. Um, and people forget you can give his master's training to dark side characters and they will attack. So if you need to get kills with a dark side character, you can't do the Jedi Master Luke cheese of calling them because they're dark side, but you can take Hermit Yoda and call them to assist that way.
Well, that's fancy.
So just to keep in mind.
I'll keep that in mind
You're welcome.
next time I have trouble with conquest.
Okay, so whale pack.
Yeah.
All right.
Well, convenience pack.
All right. Let's look at a Wookiee.
All right. This is the shower scene Wookiee himself.
Whoa.
What?
I mean, yes, I just didn't know we were gonna go there.
Why wouldn't we?
I mean, fair.
You even have him relict.
I do have him relic. I've had him relic for a while.
I'm a little sad, I have to admit, to see
I
the
know.
lack of 6Es.
I know. You see the lack of red dots though?
Yeah, that's nice too. Actually, you're actually doing it. Good job.
Okay, so Vandor Chewy.
Yeah. So what about him? What are you doing with him?
I put him with Dash. Sometimes with Bam.
Yeah.
Usually with Dash though.
He's the reason you want the dash omicron.
Right.
Like I see people applying just dash, and I'm like, what's your plan? Like I guess it could be a little bit nice on young Han.
Mm-hmm.
Kira kind of makes some use of it. I guess L3 you make some use of but not that much, frankly. Vandor Chewy is by far the best use, and this is why I have dash marked as an early, like you want him as one of your first kind of omicrons, because
Hmm.
the ability in the game, if you're on offense, to just never lose, because you for whatever reason the AI, they'll target Vandor Chewy every once in a while randomly, but there's some targeting algorithms just like they just don't ever target him,
They're
and
not
so
coded to hard target him.
yeah, or even like soft target. That there'll be an entire 5 minute span where you time out or something, and it's sad and tragic, and you realize the only times Vander Chewy got hit was through AOE's.
Right. Which is crazy because you want to take him out. Um, so that
Yeah,
that the team's not reviving.
right. So he revives light side scoundrels, I
Right.
believe. So
That's
remember,
his unique. Is it his ferocious protector that does that?
I don't remember. I think so. I think the beast just gives him stats, maybe.
Uh, da, da, da.
Yeah, you can see level 8 on the left there.
Oh yeah, sorry.
Oh, you're
Yeah,
good.
whenever they're defeated, revive that ally if he was prepared, which works because he's prepared with Dash's Omicron.
Right, and then he's no longer prepared for like 1 second. Like you can actually have it so that your entire team gets wiped. As long as he survives, he'll revive all four of that. Like if your opponent does a big AOE or something,
Mm-hmm.
then he'll revive all four in that same instance. Like the AOE can kill all four of them. It's happened multiple times where they've just killed the whole team, and as long as he survives, you're good to go.
So you want him to be thick, thick, thick.
Right, which is why. So go to, and then also that fuels his offense. Go to his beast
Yep.
ability. So it doesn't matter how like he just loses max protection. It doesn't like it's not like Lord Vader that it turns your health or your protection into health. He
Right.
just loses max protection. But then he also gains 80% more health.
Mm-hmm.
And then the less damage. If he has a buff, then he does less damage. Or your opponents do less damage. That matters less. But then if you look at his special ability,
Okay.
so he gets all this extra health. Like I
Yeah.
always think of it as like doubles his health. I know that it's not. It's 80%. Um, but then this one, people don't realize he's almost the most. He's like the biggest DPS on your team.
Because it's based off of his health.
Right, based on Chewbacca's max health instead of his attack damage.
Mm-hmm.
And he always does the damage twice. Yeah, it says, let's see.
And then target ally
Target.
recovers. Man.
Yeah, so he heals them, but also he just, and they gain protection up, which is nice for young Han, for what it's worth. Um,
Ooh. Sorry,
huh?
I'm just looking that I didn't realize that he got an extra bonus thing for being prepared for this as well.
Yeah.
Which, like with the Dash Omicron, he's like perma prepared.
Right, which you got to be careful if you're in territory battles, because you
Mhm.
start prepared, but
Right,
then you can lose that. You just got to get it back, which it's not too bad hard to get it back, but I usually don't use it because then he can't revive.
right. Which, okay, that makes sense because yeah, you don't want that to happen.
But yeah, like you see Hondo ramping his damage, and
Hmm.
that's great. Hondo is super fun. One of the most enjoyable characters out there.
Hmm.
Vander Chewy though, man, like the other day he did a double hit. He did 100K on each hit.
Which is wild.
just 200k headshot, like just murder the hell out of someone. Yeah, it's really fun.
That's yeah.
So that's why I know I was roasting you a little bit. The lack of 6E on him is sad because of
Because of this.
how much he leans on his health. It's like,
Mm-hmm.
first off, you can't let him die. You don't want him to die. Uh, and second off, like you put a cron that gives you, you know, an extra like 10k health.
Mm-hmm.
His unique is gonna give you another like 8k health on top of that.
Yeah.
It's like when your company will match how much you put into retirement or
Mm-hmm.
something. Like they'll match your 401k, and you just don't put any money in it. It's sad because
Right.
it's the, you know, free money you're giving away.
It's true though.
Yeah, no. So that, anyways, that's yeah. You just want lots of health. He is a candidate for me. I've
Mm-hmm.
been wanting to get him Relic 9 forever.
Yeah, I could see that. Well, and he's a tank too, so
Right. No, he gets a huge boost
yeah.
from it. It's amazing. He is
Yeah.
such a good character. And honestly, I think the most tragic thing about if Gungi is released
Mm-hmm.
ever, and it makes the Wookiee team good, I'm afraid I'm going to have to take Vander and put it on that team. I really hope not, but
Oh. Okay. And put it with like the Gungi Wookiee team.
right.
Mm.
Because right now, Vandor, Chewie, alongside Dash and
Hmm.
Hondo, it's one of my favorite teams out there.
Yeah. Man.
It's just enjoyable, man. It's super fun.
The more you know.
Yeah.
All right. Well, anything
Eh,
else on him?
he is one of the few people who's have had a shower scene in Star Wars. So
Like,
I th- I think it's fun. It was artistic.
uh,
Just kidding.
yeah, there you go. Okay, so that's Vandor. Let's roast roster real quick. We
Hold on.
we're up.
Let's
Sorry.
look. Can we look at your health on yours, and then we can look at their health on their Vander Chewie.
Okay. Now I'm worried.
I'm concerned too. Actually, I said that I shouldn't do it.
74.
74k. All right.
I'm pretty
Very
sure I
good.
gave him all health primary mods, but
Well, good.
we don't
Then
need
you
to.
have nothing to worry about.
All right. All right. All right, let's go look at this roster then.
Who will be roasted? The
Who
roasted or the roaster?
Oh boy.
A roaster roast. Not a
Oh.
roster roast.
Ah. So
Uh,
this is another patron,
Man, our
and
patrons just keep getting to cut in line.
they do. And I
This
know
is
that he put the game down for like a little bit and then he came back to it. I can't remember how long he put the game down for, but
his name is Dobby.
yeah, Dobby the house elf.
Yikes. I hope it's like later book Dobby and not book 2 Dobby. Book 2 Dobby
Mm,
was unbearable.
that's fair.
I have a feeling this roster is going to resemble book 2 Dobby.
Oh man. Okay, so let's see. Okay, so we've got a 7-star Leviathan, so we'll see.
Yay. All right, cool. You've got a good roster. Let's move. Let's be done.
Okay, 10 million GP.
Okay, 10 million.
All right. Ships.
Hold on. How close to 10 million, really? I guess
10,
we'll see here just in just a sec.
10.3.
Okay, so a little bit bigger than Professor X, maybe a little about the same. All right.
I thought Professor X was like 11 million.
No, I'm like 10.5 maybe.
Okay. All right. So,
All right, Dobby, what you got? No profundity.
no. Okay.
That's so weird to see Leviathan and
That
Executor,
is
but no
weird.
profundity.
I wonder if that's when the break was. I can't remember, but that might be.
We were on a break.
Okay. So
So a Jedi Consular is just,
he's
yeah,
just hanging.
it's chilling. You don't have to put Cairo on
Biston,
him, but you can just not work on him. Okay.
Is it Biston that's a requirement for profundity? I think so.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm pretty sure it's not Scarif because mine's not cured. Um,
Super surprised. Okay, so
uh,
7-star Marauder, but no,
no bad batch.
no good bad batch.
Yikes. So no Lord Vader.
Yeah, that's true too.
It is.
All
Okay.
right. I mean, looks like they've been working on their ships a little bit here and there.
Right?
Or
It's about what you would expect, give or take, minus the profundity thing. That's kind of weird.
Profundity's pretty weird, yeah. Oh look, they bought the bundle to
The
get
Sabine.
L3 and
Mm,
Landino.
yeah.
It's Relic 5, yeah. Alright.
I mean, I bought that too, so.
I know Professor X is the only one of my accounts that doesn't have Relic, Karth, and stuff. It's really weird. Poor Professor X. Yeah, looks like some
Oh,
okay ships, I guess.
right? Like this is standard. Relic 8 Inquisitors.
Alright. Alright, Dobby.
All right, all right. Let's look at the datacrons.
Do you even Datacron, bro?
A little. Dabbles.
Dobby the Dabbler.
Man, he's got the Bushcron.
A Bushcron. We don't know if it's the good one or not.
True. Okay, characters.
Sure.
All right.
Okay, and you've gone all fuzzy again. We can't see it very well. So
What the heck, Discord?
it's fine. Sorted by speed, and then we can maybe restart it one more time.
All right. Still fuzzy.
Yeah, you'll have time to peek now. Again, if you've forgotten which character is the 300.
You want me to restart it?
Sure. I'll pause while we do it.
All right. Okay. It's working
It's working.
for now. So we're sorted by speed.
Okay. The
Um,
slowest GL is Sith Eternal.
okay.
Uh,
All right.
Yay. All
Okay.
right. All right,
Um,
Dobby. What do you got here? What's their fat? Please don't tell me this Scout Trooper is over 300. How is your
oh
Scout Trooper
man.
faster than Moff Gideon?
Oh boy. Okay. And Han. Oh man. This is interesting.
How is Han faster than your Jedi Revan?
Ah. Okay.
Why do I do this to myself?
I don't know.
Hey, there's Bosk
There's yeah, yeah.
and Grief kind of close, but
Mm-hmm.
Bosk should be so much faster in relation to a lot of these things. Ugh. Okay, I can't be.
Okay.
Bosk can't possibly be 300.
Who?
Bosk? Maybe. I mean, Seventh Sister might be. I don't.
Wow, and there's Watt. Okay. Dang.
It's all just
Man, okay.
not
Man, look
good.
how far BB-8 is. Okay. Um,
So stop.
okay. Sorry. Sorry. We're getting carried away.
We're gonna do this to your roster at some point. BB-8's gonna.
That's fine. Um,
Uh,
do you want to
how?
get I don't even remember who guessed first.
I don't know. It doesn't matter. Like you'll just cheat and win. So
Oh,
I
be
mean,
quiet.
you've already.
I
You
have
already
not.
know.
Um, I genuinely don't know.
I am extremely baffled by this, to be honest.
Wow. Okay.
Okay, I'll guess first.
Yeah.
I guess. I have such a headache right now. Why is Boosh slower than your Jedi Revan or your Han or your anyone? God, this is so stupid. Okay, I'm gonna say Seventh Sister.
You're gonna say Seven Sister. Okay.
I don't feel like I should.
I'm gonna say Drogon.
Drogon is. Oh, okay, I see him.
He's after Grief. I'm hoping Grief is faster than 300.
That's hopeful.
All right, let's look at Seventh Sister then.
Look at Resistance Hero Finn.
You want to look at Resistance Hero Finn?
I just he's slower than Drogon and
Mm-hmm.
all the people. All right, let's see what do we got.
Okay. 294.
No,
No, no.
you were so much kinder to him. This is like the first time you haven't
292.
cheated for a while.
Okay, I haven't cheated.
Gosh, I think I
Wait,
guessed it so close. You were like, I'll throw him off the trail.
so what was seventh? 294?
Yeah,
So do you think it's Revan?
I hope not. I hope that it's Padme, but you never can tell.
There's 303 for Revan. So Hermit Yoda, 301.
So you knew.
I did not know. 301 for Malgus. 296. Okay, so there you go. It's Malgus. So Bosk is
Malgus or
slower.
Hoda?
Yeah, Malgus and Hoda, they're tied. So, wow. Okay. So Bosk and Grief are slower than 300.
Are you really surprised?
A little. And Thrawn. That's a surprising one, too.
Don't be surprised.
Why is Scout Trooper up here? All right. I'm going to unsort by speed.
All right, let's look at their Imperial Remnant. Maybe that'll shed some light on why Scout would be so fast.
I don't think there's much light being shed.
Just on my sadness. Is that a just naturally? So you're broken up again, but we're just gonna keep
Dang.
going because whatever. Is that a dark trooper at Relic
At Relic
0?
3.
Oh, that's a
But
3.
Dark Troopers at 3, yeah.
Oh, sorry, Death Trooper.
Death Troopers at Relic 0.
Right. That funny story. It's not that funny, but hearing our kids say Death Trooper just sounded so ugly that we just called the Death Troopers Dark Troopers
Ah.
for a long time, and now it's caused confusion in the family now that they're older. They're like, but those are Dark Troopers. What are the old ones called? Don't say this, but Death Trooper. So,
Yeah.
all right. So no Imperial Remnant. Which one do you want to look at? They're awful bounty hunters. I guess they do have relics of grief.
Ooh,
So
let's
that's
look
good.
at his Vandor.
Oh yeah. You'll have to be truthful about what their health value is,
Okay.
because
All
we
right.
can't read it.
Oh, okay. Right. So it's Relic 4 Vandor. 66,000 health.
Boom. You got it. You nailed it.
All right.
Oh, and this is Relic 4, so they've modded him wrong, too.
That's Relic 4. Well, he's got health mods, but they're not 60. So
What's the arrow? Is that health or speed?
it's a speed primary,
Yeah, don't do that.
but the other ones are health primaries.
Okay.
So swap that arrow, basically.
Yeah, man.
Um,
Get good. Do something with yourself. Clean yourself up.
what do you wanna look at?
I don't know. It's funny because they're just big blurs of text.
Oh yeah,
This
that's
could
true.
be
That's
in
less
could be in
fun.
Orobesh. Why don't we look at Ufus?
Okay. I don't know why Discord hates me today.
I think it hates you every day. It just shows it. It's more professional most days.
Okay, like he's got a good chunk of them.
No, keep going down.
Ah. Oh yes, I do remember this. There's an Omicron on Second Sister, and that was a he's blaming his child for doing that.
Yeah, I don't believe that. What's their child doing? Like, just randomly click on second. Like, what about second sister is interesting to a child?
I mean, Jasper randomly clicks on the game when I'm playing it, and there have been a few times where we've gone into conquest with the wrong squad.
Aw, that's adorable.
Yeah. See? It happens.
And false. You're lying to us.
I'm not. Oh man.
First you
Um,
cheat, then you lie.
oh jeez. His visa's making me a little bit sad. Like he's got a
Sure.
star killer with two Omicrons.
Hmm.
Or Jade's got her Omicron.
Honestly, I think that Fulcrum is making me more sad. And do they have Malicos? Did they? Oh,
Yep,
there he
they
is.
do with an
How,
Omicron.
just one?
One Omicron. Seer has an
How many?
Omicron.
How many relics is that? 7?
He's relic 5.
Okay, he doesn't have Malicos. Then he has it's a pale imitation. It's a really sad Malicos.
He's
See,
got
he's
the
droopy. He's sad.
he's got the Omicron on strength as power on the unique.
Oh yeah, whichever one that is.
That's the
That's
one where
cool.
he gains a stack of Edge of Madness and
It's
whatever.
not a real Malicos. That he doesn't work on Fulcrum. He's like, yeah, I just want people to think I have Malicos. It's all right,
Poor
Dobby.
Fulcrum.
We're on to you, but it's okay. Most people will be faked out by your shenanigans, so
Poor
that'll be
Malicos.
good. Oh yeah, poor Malicos for sure. Like he's like, when am I getting my other stuff? And Dobby's like, never.
No, no, no
You
thanks.
don't
Okay,
don't don't assume that you're getting anything at any point ever. Thank you.
I'm
Okay,
gonna
thanks. Bye.
I'm gonna flip it. I know it's blurred. Oh, no
Oh
Afra. BT and Trip Zero are 3-star, not farmed. Yikes.
yeah. Why would you farm good characters?
That is yikes.
Poor old Hondo. Trench.
Yeah.
Trench has been benched for sure.
Man.
I guess we're lucky that they even relicked Vandor Chewy, to be honest.
Wow, look at Radis.
I was just noticing that. The
Are you
blur
gonna
can't
get
disguise the shabby gear on him. Holy
man?
balls.
Oh, in armor. Are you going for profundity? Just out of curiosity.
Let's say
No.
no.
Okay. Well, I feel sad.
Yep, let's hang it up.
All right.
All right. Do better at life, please. We're we're begging you. Sarah
Uh,
needs you to do better at life. You're her patron. She's responsible for you on some level. Please, please.
oh man.
Absolutely season or book 2 Dobby, no question.
Book 2.
Yeah.
That's harsh.
Book 2 Dobby's the worst, man.
He is. That's harsh. All right. Well, that's it.
Go do better.